In my work thus far, I discovered something that there are several mistakes that we make financially that we don't even know that these are mistakes that we are making. And guess what? These mistakes are costing us a lot. And so on today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 money mistakes that are ruining your finances. Coming up. My name is Franklin from the Money Code Academy, and I'm glad you're watching. Now, in today's video, I really want to share this stuff with you. The reason is because until and unless we identify some of these mistakes, listen, we can never experience any kind of improvement in the area of our finances. So what's the first money mistake? Number 1, having zero knowledge of finance, or you can say having no financial education. Now, this one, some people don't see anything wrong with these, There are people who have stayed with the default knowledge that they have about finances while they were growing up. There has been no change, and that is how it has always been. And this explains the reasons why, some of these people, they go through a lot of financial issues. But you see, if you truly want to make a difference in your finances, if you truly want to see an improvement in your finances, then you must begin to give attention to financial education. See, I cannot stress this. This is about one of the best investment that can happen to you, I'm telling you, or one of the best financial asset that you can have. Your knowledge, your financial knowledge will determine your financial experiences. It will determine your financial stories, I'm telling you. And it will also determine your financial liberty. So the question is, how much do you know about money? How much do you know about finance? Think about it. How much do you know? For some people, what they know about finances is get a job, get a good job with a good pay. And that's it. They know nothing about how to generate money with their knowledge. They know nothing about how to generate money with their talent. They know nothing about how to position themselves, to be monetized. They know nothing about these things. They know nothing about budgeting, nothing about savings, all the various things that they are supposed to know about financial management, financial behaviors, financial habits, and all that. These are some of the things that financial education will do for you. So if you want to help your finances, then make a conscious decision that you will go for financial education. I've done a mini series on what financial education will do for you, the power of financial education. I will just put that link below. Register for that series. Go ahead and watch it. It will go a long way to help you. So that's the first one. The second thing that you need to work on, the second mistake that people make, in their finances is the use of credit card. This cannot be overemphasized. Something I've discovered. We are living in that age now where everybody, or rather I can say 80% of the people around are heavily dependent on credit card. Many have been wired to think that without credit card, they cannot survive. Many have been programmed to see credit card as a huge source of support. But the truth is, credit card is killing you financially. You just don't know it. Yeah, I know that there are people who will tell you, come on, there are benefits in using credit card. And I don't dispute that. Of course, every coin has 2 sides. The challenge is that when it comes to credit card, it is more of a behavior than meet the eyes. So because the human behavior plays a huge role when it comes to using the credit card, many people are not able to actually balance this thing. So they go more on the negative side of the use of credit card than the positive side. Of course, there are positive sides. There are people who have done big things, who have done great things with credit card, which we cannot dispute. But you will also agree with me that because of the human behavior, because man is habitual, man has developed wrong habits, wrong ideas, this wrong notion about credit card. And so people have become heavily dependent on credit card. You take away their credit card, they feel lost. They feel, oh, I cannot survive any longer, which shouldn't be the case. So in the use of credit card, you have to be wise. I'm not saying don't use it, but I'm saying be wise with it. Otherwise, you will end up paying interest for money that you've spent some months ago. You will end up, always having to pay and pay and pay and pay, because you don't have, the required discipline to use a credit card. Make no mistakes about it. These bank guys, when they are giving you the credit card, they smile at you. They give you this impression that, oh, we are trying to help you. But the truth is, They are not helping you in any way. They are putting a card in your hand that will dig a hole in your pocket if you are not careful. I'm using the word if. If you're not careful, it will hurt your finances in ways that you did not imagine. I'm telling you. So this is something that you really need to work on. You get the point now. There are people who says, come on, there are a lot of benefits. Oh yes, it's true. The credit cards have benefits, but then you need to cultivate discipline to be able to utilize the credit card. Limit your usage. Use the debit card instead and keep the credit card for emergencies. There are certain emergencies where there may not be any money in the house and you have the credit card. That can work. But a situation whereby there is no emergency and you have just formed this habit of using the credit card whenever you want to spend money, whenever you want to buy grocery, whenever you want to buy several things, you have formed that habit of using the credit card, then it becomes a challenge. The credit card is one mistake that people are making. You have to cultivate the right mindset when it comes to credit card. I'm going to do a video on 5 mindsets that you should have when it comes to using the credit card. So that's something that you really have to work on. Now, the third mistake here is not talking about money. There are people today who feel so ashamed when it comes to money. They feel so ashamed. They don't want to talk about it. They don't know how to approach it. They don't know how to let people know that they are in debt. A few months ago, I saw an article about a man who ended his life and he wrote down a suicide note. It was in the suicide note that the family members got to know that he was in debt. He couldn't talk about it. And finally, he took his life. Listen, when it comes to money, don't be shy to speak about it. Have people in your life that you can speak to. You're not able to talk to your family members, which you should. Then have a financial coach. Have someone you can confide in. Have someone that you can talk to about your finances. There are husbands today who feel shy to talk about money with their wives. It shouldn't be that way. Talk to someone. Be bold enough. It's not a big deal. If you're in debt, it's not a big deal. Almost everyone out there are in debt. Make no mistakes about it. There was something I said some time ago and someone was laughing. I said, even the bank official, they are calling you, to clear your credit card debt. Some of them, if not all of them, they all have debts in their lives. As long as they're in the banking system, they all have debts in their lives. So it's not a big deal being in debt. Everyone is just working towards that place where they're going to become debt-free. So understand this. Be willing to talk about your money. Be willing to talk about the challenges that you're facing monetary-wise. Because see, when you are able to share this, you get ideas. You get succor. People are able to advise you. Now, I'm not saying that you should go about talking about your finances with everybody. Of course, that's not what I'm insinuating here. But I'm just saying that when it comes to your money or when it comes to money in general, be willing to speak about it. Talk to a family member. Talk to your wife. Be plain. Be transparent. Okay, be transparent to your husband. Be transparent to your wife. Be transparent with your children. Let them know the money situation. Don't hide it from them. And this is where having a financial coach, this is where it comes into play. Have a financial coach. Have someone you listen to. Someone you can go to get advice. There are times when you may even have to pay just to get that advice. I know somebody will like, come on, I have to pay to get a financial advice. Listen, if you're not willing to pay, then you're not ready at all. There are people who knows these things, and going to them to speak about your financial challenges, it can go a long way to lift that burden. So if you're paying an amount of money just to lift the burden off your chest, is it not worth it? Think about it. So not talking about money is something that is one mistake that people are making financially, which is not good. Now, the next mistake is having no financial plan. There are people today who's got no financial plan, no financial goal, and yet they want an improvement. Listen very carefully. Until and unless there is a plan, there can be no growth. Until and unless there are financial goals, there can be no improvement. Because if from the beginning you have nothing that you are working towards, listen very carefully, you're going nowhere. You are a man without no financial destination. So this is one very huge mistake that people are making that I see today. Have a financial goal. Have a financial plan. I've done some videos on setting financial goals that will help you be financial. I will just put a link below so that you can go watch that video. Watch that video so you understand what the financial goal is what financial goals can do in your life and the kind of financial goals that you should have. It's like one of the most important, I'm telling you. Whenever people come to me talking about finances, talking about the challenges that they're having financially, the first question I ask them is, what are your financial goals? In most cases, most of these people, they don't even know. They don't have financial goals. They just want, okay, when you ask them, okay, what do you want in your finances? They say that I want to earn more. I just want to be comfortable financially. But you see, financial comfort can only happen when there is a plan. Without a plan, make no mistakes about it. Nothing is going to work. So you've got to cultivate, or you've got to draft out a financial plan. Having a financial plan is so important. Not having one means you have no financial future. It's that simple. And finally, the next mistake that people make is having no budget. When you have no budget, you can't be financially accountable. When you have no budget, you will be wasting a lot of money and you will not even know. Without no budget, you will not be able to achieve certain things financially. When you have no budget, listen carefully, you're making a huge mistake, because budgeting organizes your finances. Budgeting helps you to put your finances to good use. Budgeting helps you to cut waste. So these things are very important if you truly want to see an improvement in your financial. I want to encourage you, think about these things, ponder on them, and make a conscious decision that you will work these things. Now, I will see you in the next video. Until then, don't forget to drop me a comment. Let me know your biggest takeaway from this very video. Share with your friends and family. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Now, I've also done a mini series on the power of financial education. I'll just put the link in the description box below. Go and check it out and see what financial education will do for you. All right, that will be all for now. Keep cracking the money.